So it's, that's the trait that we see, and they are certainly the most comfortable.
Something I'm going to do a little aside, something that I've noticed about a lot of your franchisees, lots of really great people in Gutter-Vac, and I think like attracts like where you start to attract it. But something I've noticed, and it's something that's coming across in society today now too, is that we've all been given a bit of a lie over the years. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and you'll be set. And it's just not the case. And something I noticed about a lot of your franchisees is they're really good people who have got good work ethic, and they've often been overlooked. Like they've gone down, if they've been in a job or a role, and nobody's really appreciated who they are. And they've come to Gutter-Vac because they wanted their own business. They wanted that control because they've realised they've been sold a lie and that they've got to take control in their own business. And what I've noticed is they flourish, like they become this new version of themselves, not too woo-woo, but all of a sudden there's this self-respect and they're like, hey, actually, I am good, and nobody's ever appreciated that before. Have you noticed
Yep.
that, or is that just something I've noticed?
No, that's absolutely right. And we've had this plethora of different people who've come on board. From bank managers, accountants, tilers, roof tilers. But then we've also had a lot of people who've come on that had low education. I mean, let's face it, I didn't like anything at school. For me, the worst year of my life was grade 1, and it never got better. So I couldn't wait to get out of the place. And I left as soon as I possibly could. And there's a lot of people that have come through this system that aren't highly educated but are damn successful, and which tells you a couple of things. One, determination. Two, customer service, or vice the other way around. I don't care, but they're both as important to each other. Determination is super important. Customer service then is super important, and then a willingness to follow the recipe. Sometimes we'll get people that come on board that are quite clever, come in, go through the training, go home, take the recipe book with them, that's what we call it, and decide, no, I'm going to change the recipe for this meal, for this business, and then struggle. Thankfully, we see them last and get through that and go, man, maybe I should go back to that recipe so the carbonara tastes as good as it's supposed to. And that's what we see happen in 99% of the time. So I'm always thankful for that as well. So that we don't have failures, so we haven't had any failures. So it's a great tick on our scorecard. I think that they go follow the recipe and be successful.
I do have to laugh about you hating school, but for people who don't know, and I found this out from my best friend's daughter, that she came to me because in her Queensland grade 11 business textbook, they were doing a case study and it was on Gutter-Vac. And I remember telling you about that because it was like,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
didn't like school. Well, you actually ended up in the school textbooks. And I think this is the
good
thing,
Lord.
the underlying power of, a lot of service